Okay, I think we're streaming. Might be. Let's take a look online and see if see if I'm actually live. Looks like I'm live, and you can see.
I think we're.
Yep, there we go. And now I just need to tell Morton this thing, and away we go. Okay, so first off, I'm going to read the scene. So this is what we're setting up, and I basically just have to get into the zone here and try to figure out a way to develop this into Monet. Monet, Monet, Monet. All right. Let's trance out. I wish I had like music and stuff, but copyright strikes and things. Okay. Right, this first thing you got to understand, like this book, initially I was doing it for practice. So the start isn't like the peak of my writing abilities. It's okay, but it's emotional and it's nice enough to give us the image and what we want to see and stuff. So it's nice enough to turn into a manga. All right. I grew up in a village so small that it didn't have a name. And being an orphan without parents to fend for me, I didn't have a name either. They called me Sword Boy, not because I had a sword, but because my doppelganger did. Mean and cruel, he destroyed everything he touched. Every person he met cursed his name, and it became my name to wear. Our village blacksmith was a beautiful woman named Adria Sandstone. She spent her life trying to build a sword good enough for a warrior who might take her hand in marriage. It was a strong-looking sword, and it was capable of adapting to the will of its wielder. It was the symbol of all her love, of the efforts of all her lived years, until my doppelganger came, took the sword in his hands, and thrust it through her side. He didn't kill her. He simply wanted to make a point of refusing him what he wanted. I always liked her store, but I never dared approach it, as poor as I was, until I'd heard that she was injured, and I wandered out of the front of her store if she'd ever be well again. I wandered past each day, waiting for the sign that she was back again, and then maybe I might buy a simple rusted junk sword from her as an excuse to lift her spirits. Yet on the day she returned to her shop, she saw me outside her store dreaming of the warrior I might be someday, and in a hysterical rage she balled up all her courage into a fist and told me about the dream I had destroyed. Of course it wasn't me, but ever after that the town knew of me as Sword Boy, the kid who took Adria Sandstone's chance for a husband away from her, not only taking her prized sword, but leaving her with a scar on her waist that made her fearful of the day she might reveal herself to her would-be husband, a destroyer of life and hope, a person who laid plans of deepest betrayal. I grew up with that weight on my shoulders, a desperation to be loved, to be understood, to be at peace. But it was something I could never reach, because whenever people looked at me, they saw him. I found my way though, and eventually I left that town, left that burden, and found true strength in myself. I became a king and learned the ways of magic from the joyous spirit Kalushe. She taught me many things. First and foremost, how to be a good man, and then how to bring that forth as a king. I earned my knowledge of magic by bettering the realms I commanded, by the love I had for the people in each and every town, and yes, one day I met Sword Boy again as a mage. He had taken up allegiance with the cruel spirit Sodin, a force of darkness, and he came like a flood of evil upon the land, a force of magic and decay that no soldier was equipped to forestall. And so I gave up the title of my kingdom, handing them to a trusted friend, and I became the shield of the realm as I fought back. And after the grandest battle our world had ever seen, I slayed him. I still remember his blood thick on my hands and intermingled with my own. It was a foul kind of blood, unnatural. It took hold of me, and I was dragged to the underworld, but not before I dragged his cruel army along with us. We died upon the altar of the sunstone. The easterly breeze took my soul to Colucci one last time. And as I closed my eyes, I was Sword Boy no more. I was just me. Lost to the wilderness of time, death took me within her arms and whispered that I had done what I could, that I could rest now and struggle no more. Colucci stroked the king's long silver beard as he opened his eyes in the spiraling magic of the whirlwinds. Her crystal blue eyes held him tightly as tears streamed down her face. I cannot follow you where you go, she whispered with longing. But I will protect you for as long as I can. The winds blew like a storm around them as light was stripped from the kinetic tendrils of magic that made up this realm between the known world and another. I don't want to let you go, she whispered again as darkness lashed at her shining wings. Kalu, he whispered, don't hold on too long. What I did, no, what we did, it was real, and it lives on in you. Hold on to it for me, and if there's a way, any way, I'll see you again. Kalu pulled her arms tight to embrace him, but his body vanished into the cold and dark winds that surrounded her. Her stomach tightened and her whole body convulsed as she held back a scream. No, don't go, she sniffed as she pulled herself gently back away from the darkness and slipped from his view. Okay. All right. So the idea here, like we haven't got crystal blue eyes, well, that's for sure. Well, it's an interesting idea we might be able to merge in. And then I'll just have to figure out how we're doing this painting style. So we're going to try and turn it into something similar to Monet, which we have on these bottom two right images. So, and yeah, excuse the red thing. It's just from my previous podcast. So I like that specific image, and there's like lots of Monet doing lily pads. So I was like, I want that one. You can see the field of flowers here. It's really beautiful colors, lots of yellow and niceness there, just to get some inspiration as to what he's doing with his paint strokes and that kind of idea. While below we've got the lily pads one, which does that focal lensing type effect, which is amazing. I've got this thing from Bilky Art. I'm not sure what his name is, but he's got some beautiful colors here. He did like a kind of his take on Monet, which has some really beautiful colors that I really like the idea of. Just for inspiration, it kind of seems very Kalu. So here's the painting style that we try to do. Here's something nice and vibrant that's of Monet, and here is like a really nice color palette kind of idea. My idea is that essentially in the comic, the only time, every time we'll see Kalu, we'll see something like a painting, something that's got rich colors and all that sort of thing, so that you can really envision her and kind of get the idea that she's a goddess rather than, everyone else is just sort of, character. There'll be moments where we do other color spreads or whatever, but every time we see Kalu, I definitely want that that color image. So got a cool idea from a friend of mine. He was like, "Oh, some of these things like remind me of Monet." I can't remember which one it was. I think it was maybe this one. No, it wasn't that one. Um, one of these. So there's different design ideas, like slight alterations in this that I'll be able to pick from and be able to take some ideas from as we sort of construct Kalu. So this one has the spark of Kalu in it, some kind of thing that is true to her. While, I mean, even the earlier sort of sketches, these kind of have like an effortless vibe to them that's kind of nice. And so each thing has its own properties that I think is interesting, even if it looks unfinished or wonky or whatever. I think there are just like this one's more childlike because the chin is more chibi. And so there's just some interesting ideas here that I want to play with and see if we can get any sort of color variation here. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to start with my color instincts. And my color instincts are terrible. I've never studied color. So just like I hadn't studied hair at all for drawing Coluche, or Kalu, I haven't studied color. And I'm not just going to ink pick these because that's kind of like meh. Because I believe in imagination sort of flowing from things. Let's go for a thin gouache brush. And then let's just sort of try and create a color palette. Okay, so let's just start at the middle and let's see what we got there. So here we've got magenta. Is there any sort of connection between this magenta and anything in these color palettes that are interesting? Maybe. Let's change it like a 5-degree angle. Let's try this. Let's change it a little bit more. Let's change it a little bit more. Where we start to get that rosy, warmer color. So let's try a little bit cooler. Let's actually start to think about like cool and warm a little bit. So this is going to become like more neutral colored. And which one sort of feels like her more, or at least in this moment? Kind of cool makes sense. Could even go even cooler into these sort of territories, or maybe even close to blue. But what about if we saturate it just a little bit more? Ooh, I like that. I like that. What if it's a little more saturated? What happens then? That's a little bit too much. So we do want it sort of like 2/3 here. And let's try up. That's kind of nicer in a way. And let's try down. Okay. So I do like those ones. They kind of seem interesting to me. How long? Whoa. Why is it erasing? That's weird. Right. Of course. Of course. All right. So got this thing. This kind of looks all right for a kind of purpley color. And then we've got like this gold color up here, which is kind of green. Kind of like that idea. So let's try the gouache brush. Try and figure that out. But as I go up, looks more yellow, right? No, it doesn't look yellow. So let's go across. How do we get more gold? It's got to be a little bit more into the orange, right? So we're thinking of something quite warm with that. I wonder if we saturate that more. what effect that has. No, that looks gross. So let's actually brighten it a bit. There. No, that looks gross. That looks really gross. Super saturated, just blinding. That has no change. Let's try a little bit more orange. Try a little bit more green. Oh, this one's going to be frustrating. I can just tell already. Okay, so we need to get like a little bit lighter, but not pale. That one's interesting. That one's interesting. Let's see. Oh, that one was gross. We want to like move the position just a little bit, see if that adds anything. Does this add anything? Let's say this is maybe the closest I can get. So if we position this next to this, what happens? Ooh, it looks a bit green, doesn't it? Looks a bit green. Looks all right here. That one looks okay. Maybe a bit brighter. More luminous. Whoa, that's because of the black. Okay, let's erase this. Get rid of the black that was there so that we can just... No, it's not. Oh. It's because it grayed out a bit, so we have to try this. Maybe here? No. Yeah. Yeah, that's fresh. That's fresh. That's nice. I don't know about anything else, but that kind of adds a freshness. That's okay. And then maybe there'll be like some more orangey tones somewhere. Maybe. All right. And then it said crystal blue eyes. What is crystal blue? Are we talking more teal? Or are we talking more blue? Ooh, crystal blue, crystal blue, crystal blue, crystal blue. Let's start off with the full saturation. Nope. Ugh, that's like blinding me. Ugh, no, stop it. That's more crystal. Is that crystal? No. That's not crystal. You can't go gray like that. That's gross. So it might be highly saturated. What's the darker aspect? No. No. That one's quite close. Let's try moving it a bit green. It's a little better, actually. Kinda. Let's move it down. All right, let's get some blends of these so we can see what it's like in between and in between these two, and between these two. You can see there's some sort of thing here. What way do we go? I feel like somewhere here, like right here in the middle is what we're looking for. Like there. And then we get our gouache brush and we paint that. That seems crystal blue to me. Kinda. So if I was going to do an eyeball, let's do an eyeball. Wow. That's crystal blue, but say we want the idea of maybe some yellow in this. where we have the yellow in the center. It comes out like a star or something, if we're using a star. Okay. And then say we want a kind of dark purple hue on the outside. Just checking what that looks like. Maybe a purple, maybe a lighter purple, like this. A little bit broader, maybe around. Because her irises are crystal blue, right? But that doesn't mean her pupils don't have a cool, interesting design in them, right? So then we can have maybe a dark purple. We can decrease the size of this, get like a little thing like this, little thing like this, little thing like this. Just experimenting at the moment because basically we've got to set up the design elements and the design ideas. So you can't just rush in and try to paint everything like right away. It's not going to work like that. So it's got to be super patient, super careful. Because when you go into something like this, you might think, oh, you know, it's just a thing that you can redo or reset. Oh no. There's an element of sport to art that you have to really respect the idea of. And even someone that's not particularly good can pull off something really cool if they're willing to kind of pay attention to that. Okay. So I'm gonna like create a few little indentations in the side of the eye. I don't know why. Just see what that does. See if it adds any sort of texture or idea to it. Then what we'll do is we will, I guess, maybe I'll take this fella and I'll copy it because copy, paste. So that then I can move it. And we can see what happens when we blend it. Okay. So as we blend the features, let's go in and do some blending. So if we blend, maybe let's reduce the size of this. I'm going to control on the keyboard with plus minus thing just to get a little bit closer. You can change the sort of affected range that you're blending to, which is because it takes up all the color that is within that zone, it seems. So I'm just testing to see if this will create a kind of a crystal blue version of things. Just want to see if it'll create like a crystal blue. So we'll see. Because then it could be quite true to her, you know? Even though it's sort of different design. Okay, so here, I want to do this, and then do this, and this. Obviously, as you zoom out, a lot of these blends and whatever, they become like subconscious things. Like I might have to clarify certain edges or something like that. I don't know if it's a good idea to blend the yellow with the purple, because what's that doing? Is that creating some weird color? I don't know what that's creating. Let's remove it. Okay, cool. Whatever. Let's keep it like that, and then I'll add like a little purple central star. Let's go in here and add a little purple central star. Do 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 do. When you're using the gouache brush, it seems it doesn't just like get really thick paint down because it's trying to act like an actual brush. Let's actually try with this darker color. There we go. It's going to make it interestingly contrasty. And I might even take this portion of things, sharpen that edge, because it might make that bit pop more. Sort of come out here. Then we might have to think later as to the ideas of what sort of specular highlights and stuff are going to go in this, but not right now. Specular highlights being the shine and like the little peak points that kind of glimmer. Here as well, I think it's good to create a bit of a sharper edge because that blend has removed a bit of it. It's here, it's here. I'm not trying to do it too tight, but it is tight enough so that it's not going to hamstring me later. Because I have seen how this design looked previously, so I'm not too scared about it being the wrong design. So it's more just how well does this apply as I sort of randomly create it. Because this is going to be the focal point of the piece, the central point of the composition is going to be these eyes. So we're going to have to use the eraser, get rid of some of this. Not too much because we can always clean up a lot of this later. And we might get happy accidents from having a little bit of that mess there that can tell us different things. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So let's duplicate this layer. I'm going to hide it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of a curve over the eye. Whew, intensive. All right, so let's start with something black. Black isn't necessarily a good idea, but we'll see. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so 2 lines. What is that? That's like it's an elbow over position. Okay, that's quite complex. Okay, let's actually take a picture of this. Whoa. Get it down nice and close. Oh, come on. All right, this tiny little eye. We're bringing it down. We're bringing it down. It's coming on down, boys. All right, here we go. And we're gonna size this up. Okay. Right. Okay. Okay. Am I doing a G pen on this? Let's try with gosh. How thick? So it stays in pretty close, and then it goes over and up. So it goes here, and then it goes over and up, right? And then we goes up here, and then it goes over and sort of up. Right? I don't know, maybe. We'll see. And then there's like a here and over. Like this might be absolutely terrible. We'll see. Okay, I just need to like chill out and be nervous. Oh, what am I doing? Hey, it's increasing in size. Okay, good. Let's actually take this pink. It's kind of nice. Or maybe it's not nice. Ew, hey. Alright, whatever. Something I'm gonna have to be careful of with trying Monet's style to some degree is like I won't just be able to do like the brush strokes like I'm doing now. I'll have to actually turn those into stroke. So we'll see how that turns out in a second as I bring this out. Need to relax more. Gonna get tired if I don't relax more. Alright. Hey, I have no idea whether that works or not. Ooh. Okay, I got a weird instinct here. Let's duplicate this layer. I think this might not even be on. Yeah, it's not even on the thing. Whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually I think we're gonna merge these three. Okay, so merge. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Merge the layer below. Merge the layer below. There we go. And then I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna do something to it. Copy, paste. What? What's that? Alright, Just duplicate this, this, copy and paste, remove this. What's going on? So weird. Maybe it's because it's moving everything. That is so weird. Why is it doing that? Okay. It's being annoying. Let's just duplicate layer. Come on. Surely it's not gonna move with it now. I'm gonna deselect. There we go. Whoa! Congratulations. All right. And I want to do something, which is I want to use the finger smudge tool. I just want to. That's a blend tool. Don't want that. Fingertip tool. Ew! Don't give me that black. I don't want that. I don't know why I'm doing this. Changing consistency, maybe? Reflection, crystal, maybe. I think I'm just reducing the interpretive resistance because it feels like the interpretive resistance is a little bit too high, and I think like there's like a sheen and a shimmer and a whatever going on, and it's like way too tight for it to possibly work. So maybe I'm just sensing ahead with that. We want this kind of almost Valkyrie feeling of her design, right? And then what do I want to do with the edges? These edges, we're making them kind of consistent with each other, right? So that as this comes around, maybe a kind of a bleed. Ah, no, that removes something. Okay. This idea. And as we pull this around, will this work? Who knows? Gamble. Okay. Interesting. I don't dislike it. Okay, so let's move it around a little bit. A little bit of pushes. Maybe that size. I'm actually going to duplicate that layer. Just in case we have to go back. Her eye's going to be lower than this, so why'd I put it in the middle? That was a bad idea. Oh, whatever. We can change that. Looks a bit Eye of Sauron. We'll see. Let's get this. Get a lasso. lasso tool. Bow, 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 da, 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 whoa. Whoa, off-road. No. Struggling. Ah. All right, there we go. And then move this down. Don't know. So I'll just keep that separate for now. It's kind of useful. Name this. All right. What's this one? This one's the eye. Let's name that. I think what I'll do is I'll take this one. Yeah. I'll take this one and I'll blow it up. Control paste. And where is this? Obviously my method isn't the great. Right. Basically, you can only use rough method before you can do anything else. And now just think about composition on a page. So when we go back, yeah, sure, why not? Where is that story? So I'm just looking for where the story is. Maybe I don't have it here anymore. Maybe it's deleted. Oh no, it's here. Okay. So she says, Galicia's truth. Her crystal blue eyes held him tightly as tears streamed down her face. I cannot follow you where you go. Ah, I know that face. I cannot follow you where you go. I cannot follow you where you go, she whispered. So she's going to be closer to him. Let's see the rotation. Okay. Super sad moment. Okay, so come on, Clip Studio. It's actually my computer, not Clip Studio. So, okay, so here we go. And then I'll have to create the frame for which this happens. The frame is going to be something like... No, it's not that frame size. It's going to be bigger than that. Bigger than that. Let's actually creep in on it. It said there was a kind of the whips of the in-between, and it's the whirlwinds. So the whirlwinds, we're talking about some kind of silvery winds here. So something that's kind of silver and windy. So maybe we do want to see above her head here. What I'll do is I won't frame it yet, because we can always frame it later. But we'll have something dark in the composition, either above. Alright. Something dark in the composition above. And then maybe pull it more silver. Bigger? Maybe. Whirlwind. Okay. So I'm just getting a feeling or a vibe. So I'm trying to evoke in myself like a feeling or a vibe of these whirlwinds as he goes into the other world, the nether planes or whatever. And we pull this across and through. I actually don't mind that sort of weird hatchy effect. It's kind of alright. Alright. Though I won't be able to do it like this. And then we'll need to put like a kind of magic sheen around her. Is this already going into Monet style? I don't know. I don't I don't know, but it's abstract. We'll see. Like how much black do I want? Just style wise. Like probably not that much. And we'll go even lighter. Some of these aspects. Bit bigger. Bigger. And then we'll sort of go even lighter. So we get into this. Yeah, that seems like a fog. I like the idea of a fog. That's kind of interesting. So as we come down, a bit more of a fog. Do I want that full contrast, that contrast of complete black to white? I don't know. But I think I might have her fading into this, whatever it is. So we have that. Okay. And it's super important to have that little toolbar there. Yeah, like We want that toolbar. We want to accentuate the toolbar. All right. Okay, cool. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put like a white background behind it. So there, and then we fill this with white. Pop. There we go. Something we can do initially right away to this is we can do a filter. Put a bit of a Gaussian blur, strength. Oh no, I don't want to do it directly on that one. No. Because it'll just remove it. Gaussian blur. Eh? Oh yeah, fair enough. It's like nothing's in there. I don't know. Let's duplicate this then. Oh, that looks even better, to be honest, because it is darker. I like that. Let's merge with below. Merge with layer below. And then duplicate. And we can do this, and then let's see if it will actually put on the Gaussian blur. So I don't do it a lot. What's going on? Why isn't it previewing? Do I just not know what I'm doing? I definitely don't know what I'm doing. Okay, cool. It did something. Whatever. I don't like it. There we go. Okay, cool. So with her hair, do we want it to be green, or do we want it to be golden, or do we want it to be platinum? That's a question. So what I might do is I might move some of these ones up. Where is the eye? Move the eye up. I'll move the iris up. And what we'll do is we'll just say, okay, Mr. I, let's take you and duplicate you and then move you. All right, let's scale it down. She looks freaked out, so freaked out. She's definitely not whispering right now. She is screaming. But there is something nice about that eye. Even so, it's still her. I wonder if we can just do a coffee. Whoops, that did nothing. Okay. I duplicate layout. We're gonna have to do changes to it anyway. File, transform, flip horizontal, rotate. I'm horrified. This does not look right. This does not look right. Stop now. Well, we're going to have to put a perspective transformation on this, because that does not seem right. Oh my God. You've destroyed it, sir. That's about right. Right. There we go. Good. Boing. Kind of. We'll move stuff around later. Okay, so go in here. And we're gonna have to somehow move that eye. Okay, let's move that eye now. Bump. Ba 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 ba. Then we're gonna move that eye. It says there's no object to transform. Maybe it's this one. This one? No? Is it this one? No? Is this? Oh, the troubles randomly. It's great. Okay, let's circle through these. No, it's definitely this one. So if it says is okay, it's said it. Let's move back. That would do for any other anime, that sort of position. Wait. But I don't like it. That position's kind of alright. She's whispering. I can't follow you. Where you go? That's like searching almost. What's she gonna be looking at? Closed eyes, maybe? There's tears, so it's gonna be something like there. I know that doesn't look quite right now, but we'll see. And I've got to use the other one. Where is the other one? The other one's on this layer. Okay, so we get this. Take that. Whoa, I totally missed it. Oh, no. Whatever. It's cool. We can adapt. Oh, God. That's like weird now. I feel a little awkward. Oh, come on. Where is it? Okay, so look at that eye. That's kind of nice. Anyways. She's whispering. It's pretty much there. There's going to be some little changes, but it's pretty much there. Okay, cool. So we got that. We can even merge those guys onto each other. Unnecessary merging. I don't care. It's just because I want to get a save point for those. Because we're going to do a little bit of warpy stuff. This fella needs to go away. Let's just do this. Whoop. With a gauche brush. Bop. And then remove him. It's okay. It's okay to have that little dark spot there. It's kind of nice texture. All right, so she looks very surprised right now. It's totally fine. Like, yeah, it's totally fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna connect these both up, merge visible to new layer, and I'm gonna blend some stuff. So fingertip blend, gonna increase this down here, and this is the first thing, and this is the second thing. Bang. She looks really shocked. That looks like a bloody eye right now. Really, really shocked and bloody. That's not good. We don't want that. So we're going to lighten that in a bit. We could do that with an overlay tone, with an overlay layer, or we can paint it. See, that to me is not whispering. So how do I get her to whisper? To whisper. I'm going to liquefy. It is a little bit cheaty, but okay. Huh. I don't want it to be too cold, like I don't want it to be too cold. Or too, oh God, I destroyed the iris. So this has got to be smaller. Let me move this. It still looks too cold. Carefree, careless. We need to... Come on, computer. You can handle it. And maybe we'll move this down a little bit. Show kind of a horror and sympathy. Yeah, that kind of captures it a little bit. Now, obviously, those eyes are super contrasty, but we can manage that. It's okay. So I'm definitely not using the right method here, but we'll see what we can do. So I wonder if I can even make her teardrops like colorful. That would be interesting. It's going to be weird when I do this. Just see if it works. That doesn't quite work. I need to change her skin tone. So her skin tone needs to be more maidenish. So what's this? This is this color, this is this tone, this is that tone, this is this tone, this is this tone, all the way to the mid-tone to the dark tone. Okay, so we've got those sort of tone adjustments. And we've got this. Let's go here. What kind of tone? It's got kind of like a maiden-esque color to her. What is that? Maybe it's here. I don't know. We'll see. We'll get the thin gouache brush, and we'll have to try it out. Even using random colors and stuff, it won't necessarily be bad. Well, won't necessarily be bad because it's okay for this one to be a bit psychedelic. And how we're representing her and creating things, because we can always bring that iris back. There's no problem with that. And then maybe darker. So we bring it across here. Like maybe she even has golden skin. Who knows? Does she have golden skin? Maybe. Let's change like the size of the brush for this part. And then a bit darker for this part, because it does get pretty dark as it drops back. And a bit darker. All the way into brown. Bronze. A bit darker. And even darker. And maybe nice and dark. Back of the nape of the neck. Like this. And also under the chin. We've got those darkest tones. And then let's color pick some lighter tones for sort of this part. Maybe not that light, maybe this one. Sort of along there. And also along like here. And then a little bit lighter. Sort of along here. Sternocleidomastoid. And maybe along here. Along here. And this one? Is this lighter? Yeah, it is. Beautiful. Good. get along here. And then along like the majority of this part of her chest. I know it's just super random that I just chose like a bronze color and then I'm just like, we're following that. But I won't know until I've adjusted enough of this. So, and she, luckily I can get away with quite a bit with her because she is a goddess. So she can rock anything. Sorry. I'm kind of curious what she's going to look like with this kind of pseudo golden skin. It is literally yellow. It is literally yellow. It's just a grayer, duller version of yellow, which generally means it's going to work with more colors. Let's get this and let's... What the... Come on, it's not that gray, is it? Yeah, there we go. So I haven't even picked a lighting scheme here. That's it's not the best idea. But they're in a weird plane of existence, right? So maybe it's not the clearest thing anyway because of where they are. What? This is... Wait. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm going to blend these two colors. And I want something just between these two. I don't know what that color will be. What is that? Fingertip? Hey, get out of here. Get out of here with your fingertip. I don't want fingertip. I want a blend of these colors. I don't want to blend it too much, but on these edge. Because you don't always have soft shadows and stuff anyway, so whatever. But I want to get an idea of like a golden radiating skin. So I don't think she does have golden skin from looking at this. Don't think she does. But it's interesting. It's interesting enough to finish off this sort of look. She might have golden skin. Wow, okay. I was not thinking that would change like that. That's interesting. Okay, let's blend these two together. It's because the blue works. I wonder if like green would work well with her. Because she's got that gold. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't look too bad with golden skin. Guess I've got none of the Monet at the moment. None of the Monet, but whatever. I wanted to take this one, this color between these two, and I wanted to put this more on the chest. This. It doesn't really make sense though, because well, it kind of does, because the light is coming sort of up from Leo, I guess. Is the name of the character. So the light's sort of coming up, and maybe that means that it is going to be this color, but it may be just a mix. Let's get that blend. Ugh. Removing that separation isn't good. Okay, maybe. Maybe we're not going to get to Monet here. I don't think so. But we can get to something kind of cool. So let's try to do that. How do I get that across, that color across? I'm just going to fingertip it across. Brutal and silly. Fingertip. That's actually really goldeny. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Maybe she does have a really bright forehead. Who knows? I don't think so, though. Okay, so let's take this, look at that color, then say, look at this color, and look at this color, and then say, look at this color. Okay, let's go. Be darker. I don't know. Let's just go with that for now, and then we'll try that. But it's the downward ones that are brighter, right? Downward planes. So maybe we go to this color for this part. And then we go to this color for this nose part. Oh, I like that a little. For some reason, I like that. And then we go even darker, like sort of in here, and reduce the size. Wait, where is this? Reduce the size. Oh, that's too small. That is also too dark. And then quite a bit lighter. Let's just go a step lighter. Maybe in here, sort of similar. What about this light pattern there? What are we doing with that? We darkening that a little bit? I think we're going to darken that and saturate a little bit. And I think we're going to fingertip. Just, oh God, why was that black there? That smudged it disgustingly. Such a broad nose. Oh, that's bad. Let's bring this up like this. And this up like this. What's going on here? Yeah, I like that curve. I like that curve. That's a nice curve. As for this, bring this across. Bring this up. So now I have to figure out these weird spots. How do I blend these into each other? I don't know. Whatever, we'll do that, and then maybe blend this in like this, bring it down, because it's a nabolabial sort of fold. And with this, there is a sharp plane transition, so I can't necessarily just... Oh God, let's just go this and then go lighter. Step in here. And here. And here. Okay, something's wrong here with this. Just that area. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I could push things across, I could pull things across, I could pull things down and pull this around, but I don't like that idea because this is a good curve. And then it's just like, well, why is this bridge so wide? It's not even necessarily that wide. If I change the color along here somewhere. All right, and then I can change to this color maybe. Have that drop back. And then it's going to be lighter because it's pointing down. And so is this. And so is underside here. So is underside of here. So is like upper sides of this and upper sides of this. So, and even the undersides of this, under the eyes, maybe even brighter. She looks suspicious there. Okay, whatever. Now she looks sad. Okay. Come up with something there that's interesting. Now, let's do something with the hair. So, what was that color system that we came up with earlier? I think it's on this layer. No, we didn't get the color system on that. Okay. This one. Okay. All right. It's going to take this and start to implement this in places. So what's going on? Oh, liquefy tool. We don't want that. So here, and let's take this brush. Try a magenta stroke to this hair. Is that what we want? Maybe darken. Darken it up here. Thrown around here. I think I know what we want to do with this. We want to make it so that it's kind of like that guy's lily pads. So like with yellow and blue and stuff through her hair. Yeah, that's what we want to do. What's this? This up here. And like this along here should be the darkest point. And along around here should be a darker point. And maybe along in here is darker, here is darker, here along here is darker. That hood is actually going to catch light. So along here, and maybe across here because maybe she's shadowing herself. And maybe behind this flick of the hair. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want to catch some blue light across parts of her hair that are... Wait, let's get bigger. Bigger across here. Oh, what am I doing? I'm doing it on the wrong layer. No, I'm doing it on the right layer. Good. Ha! Yeah! All right. Ooh, what was that? Oh, there we go. And some sort of sheen inside here. Along the blue part, this part of the hair. Maybe along the bottom of this. Maybe along the bottom side of this. On here somewhere. On the bottom side of this. Maybe even a smidge there. Whatever. And then we'll get some gold. Get some gold. So for the mid-tone. Well, and along across here. Not along there. For some reason that really doesn't do anything. Nope, don't like it there either. I like it across here. That's cool. Nope, not in there. And let's go for some funky green. Emerald. Does that work? No. No. Doesn't work. Maybe you can only do touches of green. No, not there. Doesn't work. Works there. So it likes those underside areas. There's like undersides. And maybe along here. Okay, that works. And now we need some sort of coverage color. Maybe just the violet. But wash it down. No. This is really psychedelic, okay. Really psychedelic. It doesn't quite work. Just wondering if I make it cooler at the back end of these things, that makes it work. All right, and then we're gonna do a fingertippy thing and duplicate. Let's go into fingertip. Ugh, that's moving slow as molasses. So we want this kind of psychedelic thing to describe her, like the depths of character and stuff within her. It's kind of crazy having her hair like this. What am I going to make it? Blonde? Platinum? I don't know. still in design phases, right? So, I mean, this does make her seem a little bit too rambunctious. So, we'll see. The funky's cool. I don't know. Like, how do I... Like, I have to really think to improve this more, you know? Get it away from those colors, maybe make it some specific choice. Not sure, but just want some ideas for now that are kind of showcasing this colorful display. And I want to make sure it maintains her character, even if I'm doing it like this, which is a weird choice. But I'm just gonna try it. I don't like what I did up there. Pull that green, pull that yellow. So what's this that I'm doing now? It's kind of like a process of pulling that force through whatever I'm drawing. And basically the properties that you have, like the mental properties that you have in your drawing, they can influence things. They influence things in interesting ways. So if you do have a property that allows you to, I don't know, to control like the different moving parts, then as you go through things, things will start to come together more just by the fact that you've kind of touched that area and influenced it enough. So that's what I'm kind of banking on here. Like you'll often see my pictures don't like they're kind of looking like they're on the edge, and then all of a sudden, you know, I do stuff and then it just ends up wherever it is. And it's like part of that is just because the properties that I'm working with are going to be having an impact or having an effect on what I've drawn. So what's going on up here? I'm gonna get this blue across. There we go. Yeah, this is way too funky. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like change that with some magical effects. We're gonna go into like add glow or something and start to add some magical effects around her, and they should change some of this. Change some of the feelings here. But actually, there is something about this kind of peacock's tail thing that does apply to her. So I always thought of her as kind of like having almost peacocky eyes in a way. That kind of splendid peacock's effect. Haven't drawn through here yet. So I need to do that so that this stuff is less out of control. Now, I don't know what a Monet would do or whatever, but just gonna do my best to make it abstract enough so that there's a feeling within these colors. As we use them. Okay. Okay, so I need to flow through this one, this way, and something behind here as well. It's got black going on. It's just, don't ideally want black there, but whatever. Okay, so I can remove this thing. And then we can duplicate this layer and we can have some fun with Painterly Blender. If this can even handle it. It seems to be handling it. That's okay. Nice. Like it. Get these forms. Bop, bop, bop. A little bit clearer. Okay, cool. Got this kind of green along here. Blue. Okay, cool. Smooth out this and bring that through there, and this through here, and around through there. These guys can come together. Here. Whoa, no, that doesn't look good. Okay. Now we're getting some swishiness. Because we're getting some stroke language in here now. Stroke language gets in there, and then that like makes it a little bit, lifts it up a bit. Okay, cool. And we've got this along here. maybe I do want to create like a little gray patch in here. Sort of up along here. Down across here. Okay, we're gonna add some sort of magic-y effects soon. To just see how that makes her pop. I'm gonna do some things later to make it more Monet-ish. We'll see. Come on. There we go. Because you've got to get those soft edges that are kind of like coming off things. Right. All right, let's see. There we go, there we go. Okay. All right, duplicate layer, and also I want to do something with the smudge tool. Let's zoom out a bit. Along this background. Oh, come on. It doesn't like that. Thanks, computer. Can you undo that one? Okay. Yeah, it's not enjoying that. But it is a good effect. Come on. I don't think it's going to show on the corners, even if I do those ones. All right, I think I have to shrink this down for it to be able to manage. Come on. Come on, just get that stroke in there. Like just changing the texture a bit. It's a little bit more abstract. Come on. It had to do that. Right, okay. I'm going to keep it. Just out of spite, I'm going to keep it. There we go. Yeah, I like that. And sort of rumbling, tumbling. Yeah, it's like it's fighting and competing with itself. I like that. That's good. Stop, stop, stop. Oh, oh, God. The joy of digital brushes. Well, that removed an integral little grape. I thought it was going to extend it, but it just made it bigger, smaller. Okay, so we got this, and then duplicate the layer. Ba, 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 da, 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 da. There's a weird thing we can do here, which is a correction layer. Whoa, crazy! Whoa, that's insane. Let's put that to 0. Okay. Saturation! Saturation! Oh my god. I don't know. Let's try luminosity, see what happens here. I think it's better if it goes a little bit darker, and then maybe I'm just wondering what her skin tone would be like differently if I was to change her skin tone. Isn't this like a weird screensaver? I actually like it there. That's good. Yeah, I like that one. Much visible, let me allow. Come on, champ. There we go. What are we gonna do here? So, if I create a new layer, and then I create like a light color, like like a light blue or something like this, and we add glow, and we put on a paintbrush. I'm not sure we should do it with a paintbrush, but let's see how this goes. What was that? Is that like a delete? Or is it literally just saying like that is adding glow? Yeah, it's saying that is adding glow. Okay, let's okay, well, let's go over them. Okay. Still too much. Do I need black? Let's go a little bit darker. No, thank you. That's hardly like hardly a collarbone. Yeah, it's a collarbone, man. Of course it is. Anatomically correct. You better believe it. Better believe that collarbone is correct. Magical color time, magical color time. Magical color time. Magical colors. Da 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 da. Just gonna have a hand right along here, and maybe underneath the nose needs this. Maybe not quite that much. And let's get a brighter tone for just under the lips. Oh yeah, that's looking deity-like now. Whoa. Goddess. That was too much. Let's back off. Let's not get too excited. She is a bit too spunky. That's not good. But let's take some darker tones along here and wow, it doesn't like black. Okay. I'm surprised that it didn't add a glow. Okay, we're gonna do stuff like this as well. So we're gonna create these little turbulence lines around the form. Doesn't have to be too crazy well designed or anything, just little turbulence lines just around the form. Bop. Bop. Like this, and off the hair. That looks a little bit too much like electricity, but okay. She looks like she's casting a spell. No, don't do that. I'm gonna do some stuff to like make that less weird in a bit. Because that does look weird. That was interesting. Whoa, 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 whoa. I usually don't go for like these filters. I just want to see some ideas here. Play dodge, color dodge. That one looks okay. Screen. Oh, that makes it look really sad. Let's go screen. Does lighten do? No, nothing. Screen. Okay, we'll do that, and then we'll duplicate that layer and not do it on screen, but we'll do color dodge. And do this. She looks like she's going crazy, but like, yeah, whatever. That's too kamehameha. I can't handle that. Yeah, I can't handle that. Yeah, it's just not good. So we'll just delete that. What am I gonna do with her? This isn't very Monet, but whatever. We've got something, and I think what I can do is I can just use the finger smudge thing to do quite a bit. Say, for example, this is part of the form. Bring that up. Oh, what's this? Don't want that. Thanks. And what's this? Let's just get a gouache brush. And darker. Like this. And then darker still. Yeah, it is weird that I'm changing the color scheme to be darker underneath. Maybe I need to do that darker over top. Let's do it darker over top. Put that there. And put that there. And put like a lighter version underneath. And go even a little bit lighter. Right underneath. Because it's kind of underlighting, right? Lit from the bottom. Okay, then let's get this big dip. I know this is taking forever. But hey. Sort of the price of drawing, right? Rendering. Yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty sincere, I gotta say. Yeah, she looks pretty upset. Now, she doesn't look like she's doing a kamehameha, which is good. I'm sad. I'm sad looking at her. Like, no, poor Carlo. All right. It ain't easy being immortal. was going on here? I don't know what I did there. That was silly, whatever. Maybe I need to like breach these lines into this part of the forearm, because everything down here is white. So in order to create like the effect that, you know, something's happening, maybe I have to bring those lines into this. Like it's breaking reality. Because the thing about the Kalu thing is, if we make it more impressionistic, or even a little bit expressionistic, that's totally fine, because this isn't in the real world that she's looking at him here, that she's helping him. She's helping him in the other world, the world between worlds, the whirlwinds. So, since they're in the whirlwinds, you know, it's not like your form just exists. So, for example, when you're drawing, your form can like whatever thing that you're drawing can like fade if you forget it. It can just sort of disappear from your mind's eye, and then it's gone, it's faded. And so as Carla is trying to reach him or whatever, she's super powerful, but she's also fading away. What I'm doing here, where I'm blending a lot of these edges, is because Monet, essentially, until the focal point, there is that little loss of clarity. Don't want to do it too much on these important sort of silhouettes, but want to get a little bit of it in. A little bit. I think I'm going to darken her, like get some color on her lips, but just haven't done that yet. So we may change her skin color and all that sort of stuff, like as redesigns happen. But just to have like an idea of her with this color is interesting. I was also thinking of like making her translucent, but I think first the idea of adding this color is interesting. I suppose we've got a bit of the translucent on the bottom side. She is the spirit of joy and happiness and light and love and all that sort of stuff. So not necessarily love, but like friendship love, kind of love. Support and like fun and quality of life and just happiness. So she has that kind of feel, that kind of vibe. Okay. I know this doesn't look like the most elegant thing in the world, like, oh my God, that looks Monet-ish or whatever, because this would need further refinement and so on. But I'm thinking this is pretty close to what we need, where we're gonna start bringing that fading sort of blurring effect a little bit more in as it comes out here and out here. I shouldn't have gone onto the forearm there. Not onto the forearm. Okay. It's kind of wild. It's kind of a wild look at that scene because it doesn't really feel like that scene to me yet. So, whoa. Come on, dude. Doesn't feel like that scene to me yet. But it'll need like more transition, like more design iterations to sort of get there. I want this to crawl up through here. Maybe. Maybe we do. Maybe we want this to crawl up through here as well, and maybe a little bit crawling up through here and here and even here and here. Like a kind of corruption of white light. And maybe this can darken. Let's get this. And then blend this in. So it's not as obvious of a cut across there. Sort of bring a bit more focus onto her by blending these out. And then we go here. Because if we move a bit of this, and a bit of this, and a bit of this, and a bit of this, bit of this, we can create a little bit of like, she looks pretty horrified there, so we'd need to change that a little bit. Okay, so duplicate layer. And what kind of color would our lips be? Let's choose this one. And then not a pencil. Let's go pen. Let's reduce the size. And let's just kind of get some of this on. And then maybe sort of this color for the upper part. That's further away, and then like darken this inside. And then we want a kind of transitioning to blue, kind of under here and on the edges of her lips, and a kind of gold right on this plane here. Right on this plane. And we'll go to this kind of orangey color far up here and along here. Okay, let's zoom out. Wow, that does look pretty innocent. Okay, so let's blend some stuff, bring it in. I'm going to duplicate this because I've got no confidence in doing this properly. Like, yeah, I just totally made that into murky disgustingness. So I think we've got to do it with either the Painterly. Yeah, let's go Painterly Blender. Make this smaller. Pull it across, do this, this. Okay, let's get like this dark. Let's get the actual paintbrush. Okay, fingertip. Oh, smaller. Okay. Wow, that around the lips is so off. Like it's not the shape at all that it should be. Not that it really matters that much, because you can't really tell from way out, but I think we'll sharpen these aspects just a bit. Increase that sharpness. And then we'll have a bit more going on there. All right. We want sort of this color. Come on. Up along here. Why is the upper lip lighter? It should be darker. So let's go. This color. Oh, that's too dark. Let's go this color. Nope, that's still too dark. This color, this color, this color. All right, that seems about right. There we go. And if we make it a little bit lighter, we can, yeah, there we go. There we go. But that should be actually a little bit darker. Whatever. Looks like a mustache. Well, that's great. That's great. Make that a little bit darker again. We just blend the difference. No, that doesn't look right. Let's push this in. Push this color to lighten it. I think we're getting pretty close now to a stopping point. Not because it's completely finished, but because as far as like a little bit of an idea goes, it's kind of like got a bit of that going on. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to fix this eye though. Deserves at least that much of a go at it. Because I haven't even gone into like these eyebrows. I haven't done tons of stuff. Okay, whatever. Right, let's get these eyebrows in. Now this is just looking way too funky. Whatever, it's all cool. I don't know if that's a super bad idea, but just felt like doing it. And okay, let's bring this over and across and up, and this, and this, and this. She should be whispering to him, so I don't know if this is whispering. We'll see. Okay, so we're gonna fix those eyes now. Ah! I don't know how much I liked that change. It's not the worst. The best either. What the hell? Yeah, let's keep it at that. Manage visible. New layout. All right, cool. Let's grab the irises. Where are they? Iris, iris, iris. Just the iris, not the eye. I think I like merged them together, didn't I? It's kind of BS of me. Oh no, I didn't. Here we go. Woo! We have one. We have an iris. And duplicate that layer just in case we need another one. All right, and then we grab this and we go to the transform tool and we're like cruise over here, cruise over, and we tilt that bad boy, put it here. Like, how you doing, Iris? And rotate here. Are you a little bit bigger than that? I think you're a little bit bigger. And click OK. Okay, cool. And then what we can do is we can I am messing up the memory of my computer here, but okay, let's go. And then we use fingertip because it is easy to drag some stuff. I don't know if that's right though, whether it should be that. I don't know if it should be purple in her eyes either. Because it's a bit of a bloodshot look. Maybe it's okay though. I don't know. Like there's meant to be some blue. Like this. Yeah. Okay. We'll just kind of have to go with whatever this is for the moment and take a look at it. See how the session's done with the design and the concept and whether it's kind of a cool concept we go with or change up and how we're going to change it up. I know that Kalu should be like super potentially super vibrant, but is this the right way for it to go? I don't know. We will kind of give it some time and see how it feels. And then sort of approach it from there. All right. She looks totally spooked. Like, oh my God, there's a ghost. So we're going to change that. Duplicate layout before we go into this. And then we're going to change the size of it. Come on. Oh, I hate when Liquify does that. It just goes so wobbly that it just freaks out. She definitely looks like she's casting a spell. Okay. Ah, that's so much better. That's so much better. Yeah, I feel for her there. That's way better. That wobbliness looks like it's part of a design. It's not. We'll see what happens with that at some point in the future. I don't know what I'll do with this weird bridge of the nose area. That is pretty messed up. Alright, whatever. Let's just not mess with it. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Computer program, you can do it. Yeah, there we go. Come on, you can do it. Come on. I do not mind at all it warping that earring. Because it makes it look a bit alien, which is good. And it adds the stripey element that I had previously. This kind of idea of like a little bit of stripe with a... and I'll make it into kind of like a little star. Come on. Stop thinking. Come on. There we go. It's really struggling now. What's it going to do there? It might mess up. No, it didn't do anything. Okay, there we go. And I think that's pretty close. Come on. And there we go. That's pretty good. I'll bring that down that way. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Come on, computer. There we go. Wow, I didn't get it. Okay. Whatever, I'll leave it like that, and then I'll sort of do something like this, and so on. All right, and then let's get some blur on. So we go to duplicate layer, and now the computer's gonna probably crash. All right. Let's get this bigger. It does not go any bigger. Come on, you can do it. Just a little blur. Just a little blur. Just so we can pull the focus in. Right? Come on, come. Stop being stubborn. And all along this this forearm here is way too sharp of an edge. If we pull across here and here and along here, up along here and even along here and here, we're slowly creating like a pull. I don't know how good that is, whatever. And smaller, some blur. Okay, there we go. Bit like this, bit like that. Ba ba ba. And there we go. Kind of yeah, that'll do. All right, cool. Thanks everybody for joining in and having a watch. This is Kalu and the Whirlwinds. All right, let's give that thing a read. Where is that? Do I even know where it is? I don't think I know where it is. There's no way no way I can find it in this mess. Turn off everything. Turn it off. I think it's this one. It might not be that one. It might be. No. I don't think we could find it. Me having a million layers. Worst example of method ever. Very rough method to create that. Extremely rough. Here we go. All right, so here we go. Just one last time. Found my way through, and eventually I left that town, left that burden, and found true strength in myself. I became a king and learned the ways of magic from the joyous spirit Coluche. She taught me many things. First and foremost, how to be a good man, and then how to bring that forth as a king. I earned my knowledge of magic by bettering the realms I commanded, by the love I had for people in each and every town, and yes, one day I met Sword Boy again as a mage. He had taken up allegiance with a cruel spirit sudden, a force of darkness, and he came like a flood of evil upon the land, a force of magic and decay that no soldier was equipped to forestall. And so I gave up the title of my kingdom, handing them to a trusted friend, and I became the shield of the realm as I fought him back. And after the grandest battle our world had ever seen, I slayed him. I still remember his blood thick on my hands and intermingled with my own. It was a foul kind of blood, unnatural. It took hold of me and I was dragged to the underworld, but not before I dragged his cruel army along with us. We died upon the altar of the sunstone. The easterly breeze took my soul to Coluche one last time, and as I closed my eyes, I was Sword Boy no more. I was just me, lost to the wilderness of time, to the wildness of time. Death took me within her arms and whispered that I'd done what I could, that I could rest now and struggle no more. Coluche stroked the king's long silver beard as he opened his eyes in the spiraling magic of the whirlwinds. Her crystal blue eyes held him tightly as tears streamed down her face. Yeah, that's actually not bad at all. Streamed down her face. I cannot follow you where you go, she whispered with longing, but I will protect you as long as I can. Yeah, that fits. The winds blew like a storm around them as light was stripped from the kinetic tendrils of magic that made up this realm between the known world and the other. I don't want to let you go, she whispered again as darkness lashed at her shining wings. Carly, he whispered, don't hold on too long. What I did, no, what we did, it was real and it lives on in you. Hold on onto it for me, and if there's a way, any way, I'll see you again. Carly pulled her arms tight to embrace him, but his body vanished into the cold and dark winds that surrounded her. Her stomach tightened and her whole body convulsed as she held back a scream. No, don't go, she sniffed as she pulled herself gently back away from the darkness and slipped from his view. There we go. If you can envision that and imagine that, and maybe this helps you feel that, and yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable enough to watch, and that you could see this realm and this feeling, and Coluche. All right. Take care, everybody. Thanks for standing by. And yeah, see you tomorrow.